Power. It's seductive. It can build empires, inspire nations, and destroy the very people who wield it. Every leader in history, every king, president, or general shares one hidden truth. Power changes the human mind. But why? How does the very thing that allows someone to lead also blind them to reality? Today, we're diving into the hidden psychology of power, the unseen forces that make brilliant leaders make catastrophic mistakes, and ordinary people do unimaginable things under authority. From the pharaohs of Egypt to modern tech billionaires, humans have always been drawn to power like moths to a flame. But here's the twist. Power doesn't just attract ambition, it transforms it. Psychologists call this the approach inhibition effect. When someone gains power, the brain rewards bold, risk-taking behaviors, reduces fear, and increases confidence, sometimes to dangerous levels. Julius Caesar, once a disciplined general, became overconfident and ignored warnings. Napoleon Bonaparte, a military genius, pushed his army past exhaustion, believing his ambition justified every cost. Even today, CEOs risk billions because the brain's reward system craves control and dominance. Power also creates an illusion of invincibility. Brain studies show that people in positions of authority often overestimate their abilities and underestimate risks. They start to see the world as malleable, as if reality itself bends to their will. History is full of examples. King Louis XVI ignored mounting unrest, thinking his authority was untouchable until revolution came. Richard Nixon, intoxicated by influence, made decisions that led to his downfall. Corporate leaders make reckless acquisitions, believing they're untouchable until failure hits. It's not always arrogance, it's the brain literally changing. Power creates a mental bubble where caution fades and risk becomes invisible. One of the most dangerous effects of power is the erosion of empathy. Powerful people literally stop feeling the pain of others as strongly. Brain scans show reduced activity in mirror neurons, the part of the brain that allows us to understand and feel others' emotions. This explains why some rulers ignore famines, why CEOs cut corners that harm employees, and why dictators commit atrocities while believing they're justified. Consider Emperor Nero, who allegedly fiddled while Rome burned, or modern leaders who implement policies that hurt millions but seem detached from the suffering they cause. Power isolates, and isolation changes how we perceive morality. The old saying, "Power corrupts," isn't just moral, it's biological. Power increases dopamine, reduces stress, and creates a reward loop. The brain begins to crave influence, control, and dominance. Take Alexander the Great. His victories fed his brain's reward system, pushing him to conquer more until he overextended his empire and exhausted his men. Richard Nixon's paranoia escalated because every success and threat lit up the same reward pathways in his mind. Power doesn't create evil, but it magnifies human flaws and blinds the brain to consequences. Let's look at more leaders. Elizabeth I of England navigated court politics brilliantly, but relied heavily on advisors, showing that humility and consultation prevent power's trap. Genghis Khan, while a brilliant strategist, often overestimated loyalty, leading to rebellions and infighting. Elizabeth Holmes of Tyrannos, seduced by fame, showing that even in modern times, the psychology of power remains unchanged. Every empire, every company, every organization has its cautionary tale. Power magnifies human traits, brilliance becomes hubris, courage becomes recklessness, and vision can blind leaders to reality. So what can we learn as individuals? First, recognize the psychological traps of authority. Every person in power, your boss, your mayor, even yourself when given responsibility, is vulnerable. Second, strong systems are more important than charismatic leaders. Checks and balances, accountability, and transparency prevent the mental blind spots power creates. Finally, self-awareness matters. Leaders who seek counsel, test their assumptions, and confront their own biases are far more likely to survive the seduction of power. Power is inevitable. Humans will always seek influence, and some will rise higher than others. The question isn't whether power changes someone, it's whether they notice it, confront it, and survive it. If you want to understand history, leadership, or even yourself, remember, the mind of the powerful is a battlefield, and the most important victory is self-awareness. Subscribe for more insights into history, psychology, and the forces that shape our world.